Whoa! What the hell, guys? Blue skies? Do they even chemtrail that big corn? What the hell is going on? The big corn vibe, it's growing. Sorry. It's growing fucking hard right now. My PP hard for big corn. I got 3 fishy fish yesterday at the beach. Just had that raw liver, no chemtrails, blue skies. There's quite a bit of seaweed in the ocean though. So that sucks. But whatever. We're feeling good as a motherfucker. Anyway, Jack Cruz has said this so many times and all the food gurus attack him. Some call him insane, some call him a fat bastard, some call him an ugly fat bastard, some call him freaking genius. Not the food gurus, but people like me call him genius. He says you can eat shit on a shingle if you do this all day every day. He says if your vitamin D in the US numbers is over 60 all year round, you can eat whatever the fuck you want and feel good and not get any diseases. I have always kinda had my reservations about those statements, especially when it comes to development of a human being. When a chick gets pregnant, I think nutrition plays a bigger role. And in a childhood, when the child is born, you need some of those good ass nutrients. But also, the Jack Cruz adversaries that really hate his message because he might be right about many of the things and it goes completely against some of these food gurus' ideologies and dogmas and what they sell, the programs, the diets, whatever the fuck they sell to their audiences. It goes completely against them. That's why they hate the guy. But Jack Cruz is so right about so many things. So I have with my Tropics All Day Experiment, because this is what Jack Cruz preaches. Go to a better environment, eat a lot of seafood, eat also a lot of raw seafood, eat a lot of raw meat. Jack Cruz has been saying that for over a decade. Like he said all that before all the paleo guys, when carnivore diet was not even in existence yet. The so-called carnivore diet, all these trendy ass motherfucking diets that all suck somehow. Like there's always a bunch of people not healing anything with them. And then some people, they give some relief. But whatever. I have wanted to test that you can eat shit on a shingle. You can eat pretty much whatever the fuck you want and still feel good if you are in the right environment. And guess what? Mr. Base Science is in the right environment. And I have been in the right environment for over 3 months now. And mostly, as you have seen, I have been eating super good. I have been eating so much seafood. I really like the seafood raw, but some of the fishy fish you waste so much if you eat them raw. So with the seafood, I try to get it raw, but I also don't care at all if I have it cooked. Honestly, it's no big difference how I feel. And that goes to the second point. I have been really experimenting, sometimes out of necessity, because I just hadn't had any good animal-based stuff available fresh, so I have to go to the restaurants, and sometimes just out of curiosity, enjoyment, all of that. I've had some not so optimal foods here, let's just say that. Also, I have had some absolute trash foods like Coca-Cola, Mexican Coca-Cola, Mexican Fanta. Everybody knows that shit is terrible for you. But I have had that, like a little bit here and there. And some very trashy food at restaurants, like brownies with ice cream. Like that's just trash. Or some pancakes. Like I did that in Little Corn. But it's really been part of the experiment, and experimenting what Jack Cruz says, that you can eat whatever the fuck you want if your vitamin D is over 60 in the US numbers. It doesn't affect you at all, basically. There's those Hadza studies where they check the Hadza people's microbiome, and they feed them Fanta, Coca-Cola, Snickers, Twix. They even give them antibiotics, and it seems to be doing fuck all to the Hadza people microbiome. Their stomach can handle that easy peasy lemon squeezy. Their bodies can handle that easy peasy. They don't feel a thing. And you really cannot do this experiment anywhere except the tropics, because this is the best environment for human beings. So that's why, out of the reasons that I just mentioned, I've also been eating trash. One night here I had this huge ass pizza by Italian, but still a pizza. Bunch of freaking grain sludge with bunch of toppings. And guess what I have found? My body can handle all of that and feel fucking fantastic. I can have huge ass pizza with bunch of grain sludge, just stuff myself with it. And I can freaking hammer that down with a bottle of Mexican Coke, and I can feel fan-fucking-tastic. That's the reason why. I can have brownies with 2 scoops of ice cream, and guess what? Where's the dip? The dip is nowhere to be found. My energy, my mood, my digestion, my shits, they all just perfect. Like I haven't had any digestive issues eating any of this shit, like at all. But I have my full gut in the sunlight every single day here. Multiple hours. Like my vitamin D levels must be so high that if I would fly in Finland right now and I would go to some Finnish doctor to do vitamin D test, they would faint. They would fucking faint when they see my vitamin D levels. My vitamin D levels are so high. They're sky high right now. My metabolic flexibility is insane. I can eat so many carbs and not get the dip, like even trashy carbs, like Coca-Cola or Fanta, or pizza, or brownies with ice cream, or pancakes. I can eat that and I don't have the dip at all. I don't have the mental dip, like I got the dopamine boost from that, but then usually people living in shitholes, they get the dopamine hit, they get the sugar spike, and then they crash. Guess what? I'm still waiting for the crash from 2 weeks ago when I ate the brownie with the 2 scoops of ice cream. I'm still waiting for the crash. The crash has not happened. I can eat also full-on fat meals, like yesterday evening I had this big fat, fresh big fat with the big skin with beef. I just ate that. Fatty meal. Fantastic. Perfect poop today. Now, like those kind of poops that you don't even have to wipe. That's what my poop's been like. Except when I do eat the grain sludge, it's not like perfect poops, but it's still good poops. But you need to wipe a little bit. But yesterday I had the fat with the meat. Perfect poop tonight. But even with the grain sludge, I don't have any bloating. I don't have any discomfort. I don't have any mental breakdown. I don't have any pain in my joints. I don't have any autoimmune shit. I might get little pimples, like white spots on my back or on my chest, because that's the deuterium leaving out of your body, and it happens like this here because sun makes your body detox the deuterium out fast, and carb heavy foods are full of deuterium. They're deuterium bombs. That's why in the places you don't have the tropical sunlight, this thing over here, praise the motherfucking sun, because it's the ultimate key to everything. When you don't have that, your body cannot feel the excess amount of deuterium. It starts to hold you down. It starts to fuck up your biology. But here in tropical places, that's why most of the very sugary fruits grow here. That's why a lot of the carbs grow here, and people can eat those and don't have any problems. And I have noticed that's even true to the trashy man-made carbs. Like I always say, just eat the food out of your environment, and guess what? I don't see no brownies or pancakes or Coca-Cola in my environment, but I had to do it for the base science. And my body can even handle that. So that means my redox is really fucking good. My heteroplasmy is pretty damn good. So that makes me really happy. Because if you cannot handle that, which is, I mean, nobody should eat that. I'm not recommending any of this shit. I'm just saying because of the base science, what I have experienced, and what the base science is pointing at this very moment. But if your body cannot handle that, you know your redox is pretty bad, and not many people can handle that. And I couldn't handle that in Finland. I tell you that. I couldn't handle that in Finland at all. I would start to feel shit, like really shit. And I know that because sometimes in Finland, very infrequently, but sometimes I had some of that, and I could feel the negative effects immediately. But here the negative effects, they are nowhere to be found, because this shit just keeps your body performing so good. So I guess Jack Cruz was right. You can eat shit on a shingle, you can eat trash and still perform way better, like way better than doing everything perfect in Finland. That's my experience. And it is so fun. It's so awesome. And remember, now don't get the picture that all I've been eating is this trash. I just had the liver. I just bought 1 kilo of fresh, best liver you can get. Like I said, I've been eating a lot of seafood all the time, a lot of meat all the time, but also quite a bit of trash, like way more trashy food that I have had in maybe last 15 years of my life. Like these especially this one last month I've been here, I have had way more trashy food than I have had maybe in combination in last 10 years, and I have felt way better. So that's kind of insane. That just goes to show that food is not that important, especially in adulthood, when you are in a right environment. That's also what I see in the locals. The locals have seed oils, they have a bunch of freaking carbs, they also drink Coca-Colas almost daily. They have all these carbs, and some of these guys are built way better. They are taller than me, they're better looking than me, They are more physical than me, especially the black people. Like, they just look insanely good. But it makes sense when you know that the environment, this, and especially this, and especially this also, it plays such a major role how human body works, how human body functions. You cannot feel, like, one realization I've had, that you cannot feel your best without this environment. It's impossible. So, especially 2025, with the non-native EMFs and all that technology. But yeah, it's been super interesting how well my body can deal with the bad food. And like I said, I'm very metabolically flexible. I can have these huge carb meals and my body just handles that perfectly. I can also have these huge fat meals, fat-based meals, and my body handles that perfectly. And I can also fast very easy, because a couple days I've had to fast most of the day, and my body handles also that very easily. And I just keep feeling better and better. Only negative is that those white spots, which is deuterium leaving your body, on my back or on my chest, and they go away if I'm in the sunshine in 24 hours. But I do notice that they happen if I eat very carb heavy, very trashy carb heavy. So that, like, if you wanna do things right, you wanna do things optimal, obviously don't do this don't do this experiment. But it is very interesting that I have been able to do all of this that I thought was impossible for my body to do back in Finland for many years now. I can do all of that and feel fantastic, basically. So, human body is pretty amazing. Human body can adapt to a lot of things, especially when the environment is right. The biggest problem right now is that the environment is so bad that the body just cannot adapt. And on top of that, people have they eat those trashy foods, and in the bad environment, your body cannot handle that. Then it becomes a real burden. It starts to break your body down, and you start to get all these problems that most people have. Mental health problems, arthritis, autoimmune problems, the C word, all these problems. And then when you add top of that with these things and all the medication and big pharma things, it's game over, son. But I also think if you had this thing back in 2021, this might be the only answer you got. This might be your saving grace to get to this environment, because in this environment your body might be able to mitigate that terrible shit. This might be your only answer if you took those. And that's exactly what Jack Kruse has also been talking about. So I'm just gonna say, Jack Kruse, that dude is a real genius. No matter how that guy looks right now or whatever, people don't understand how fucked up his lifestyle was for 50 years of his life. Like, all of these people critiquing him, why cannot I pronounce that? Critiquing him are younger than the amount of time he spent fucking his body up. His brain is amazing. So this is really big revelation, and this goes against all of the food gurus, all of the diet wars. But that's just my experience. That's also what the science is pointing to, if you follow the science that Jack Kruse talked about. and he got a lot of evidence to back it up. So that's it. Now it's beach time. It's time to continue to feel even better and better and just enjoy life. This is a really easy place to enjoy life. Really easy place to relax and just fucking ponder how fucked up things are really for most people and how easy the fix is, but also it's not that easy because you need some dollar bills to make it happen. But if you need to make it happen, fucking make it happen, because it's worth it. It's 1 billion times worth it. That's what I have realized. Tropics all day, outside all day, tropical sunlight, the ocean, Caribbean Ocean, volcanoes. This shit is magical. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.